Fatphobia is rooted in racism.
Unlearning fatphobia is a part of eating disorder recovery.
It's not hard to just not say fatphobic comments.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be reacting to some more fat acceptance TikToks. Okay, let's get into this video.
So that's fatphobic. It's fatphobic to say, wow, I made myself fatter and then I took that filter off and I realized that like my body's not that bad. And a lot of people are excusing this as body dysmorphia, but we have to understand who's being hurt by this and who's being impacted by this. So what you're doing is you're showing my body as your before, right, as your reaction, and you're saying, oh, wow, I had to take a deep breath because thank God I don't look like that, right? So that's continuing fatphobia, continuing anti-fatness. It's not fat people crying like, oh my God, look what happened. It's a true statement that that is fatphobic.
While it may be upsetting to see for some, it's not fatphobic. She's not being discriminatory against you in any way, shape or form. I mean, sure, she's relieved that she doesn't look like you, and that could be hurtful to some people, but I think it's a stretch to say that, you know, that simple act was fatphobic. You're doing way too much.
In this episode of Fatphobia on TikTok, I take on the fat face filter. Just in case you didn't know, that's fatphobic as fuck!
The fat face filter on TikTok, I'm guessing, resembles the face shape and size of many bigger people, but it's not fatphobic. The whole thing about the movement, in my opinion, is they call things fatphobic because it makes them feel bad or insecure. No one is saying you can't feel insecure. I'm sure everyone does it sometimes. But you can't say something is discriminatory just because it makes you feel bad. Then it wouldn't be a discriminatory term. It would just be a mean comment someone made. While some people's insecurities can, can make people, specifically fat people, feel bad or insecure, it doesn't necessarily equal fatphobia. Because I think the word fatphobia is all about others making discriminatory terms towards you due to your size. I mean, according to the body positivity community, is however not fatphobic in my opinion. Anyways, for someone to not want to be fat, even if it makes you feel bad, it's not fatphobic. Because at the end of the day, the whole fat liberation movement, heck, the word fatphobia would be completely invalid and wrongly used if it was.
So, there are a lot of things in this world that thin people will never understand. So this is a series that I'm starting called Fat Shit Thin People Will Never Understand. And to start this series off, here's something that my older sister does that seems very fatphobic. Enjoy. My sister's house, you see these goddamn chairs? I cannot fit in a single goddamn one of them. You see this bench? This is where I sit. It holds me. Some more of these goddamn chairs, okay? You see that plastic, thick, long chair that's wide? Yeah, my mom and I brought those here because she refused to buy bigger chairs for us. Because we don't fucking fit in these chairs. And she thinks we can.
Your sister is not the main problem, nor is she fatphobic. You're just entitled. I feel like if the chair situation affected you that badly, maybe you wouldn't go to her house or go out to sit by the pool. That's of your own doing. And how is she fatphobic because she doesn't want to buy extra chairs? That's money out of her pocket that you expect her to spend on your behalf, but that same money you wouldn't spend on yourself. The chair isn't fatphobic. You're just too big for this particular chair. That's not a problem. You could always go out and buy more. However, you expecting her to do all that extra work for you is just entitled behavior. Like I said, if it was really that pressing of an issue, I'm sure you would have come up with a solution by now.
Just a friendly reminder that complimenting weight loss is fatphobic and supports eating disorders. I have existed in a larger body for pretty much my entire life. And I come from a family that greatly vilifies fatness and praises thinness. And literally the only time I have ever gotten any significant praise from my family members was when I had a horrible eating disorder. The time in my life when I was the thinnest also happened to be the time in my life when I was the sickest and most miserable I have ever been. My eating was disordered, my body was failing, my heart was broken, and my mind was extremely sick. And I have never been so praised in my entire life than I was at that point. And if there was any one thing that stunted my recovery and kept me in my eating disorder as long as I was, it was that.
While I will agree and say compliment on weight loss can have some not so great effects on people, that's not always the case. There's some people who are like well over 300, 400 pounds trying to lose, and so losing weight is a big thing for them. You know it's not easy. It's actually more difficult because their weight poses as an obstruction to their mobility and ability to exercise. So I think when someone who's like 400 pounds has like a 100, 200 pound weight loss, or anything else for that matter, deserves the praise from those around them. It's not always a crime.
As a straight male, I often feel marginalized.
I'm going home.
I will never agree with the false notion that fat people face systemic oppression. It's just not true. I think systemic oppression is being put under circumstances due to certain things about yourself that you can't change. Being fat is not one of them. Please stop trying to convince us. I mean, who am I kidding? You're trying to convince yourself at this point. Okay guys, so we reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what your favorite part of the video was, and subscribe to the channel if you want to. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.